Punches with Scott and Ben.
Packing Punches, episode 23. Myself, Scott, and Ben. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, mate. Good evening. How you find yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. It's cold. I go to work in the dark and I come home in the dark. So, ugh.
Yeah, amen. I think that's what probably 75% of the British population.
Yeah, but I'm being moody about it. All right.
You are being moody about it.
Yeah.
Do you have to go far though?
7 mile.
Actually, that's not too bad. See, I'm field based. I go everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, so now you're making me feel like I can't have a moan at all. So let's get on with the boxing.
We know how field based I go because that's how we met. Was I
Yeah.
popped in and said hello when I was working, and you live nearly 200 miles away from me.
I know.
So yeah, so we had a little week off in between after we've had we're gonna have to start, I suppose, with the undisputed, the Queens went head to head, and man, everyone got it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say everyone got it wrong. You actually had an inkling.
I did.
And you said, I think she's going to be ready.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting how and the way she was ready, but the history book says she won. So it is what it is. Did I like it? No. Let's talk how it was. There was a knockdown.
There was a blatant knockdown.
A blatant knockdown, which was a 10-8 round. And there was a 0-0-0 warnings regarding any head clashes and any holding, which in turn should have been a point deduction later on down the line. And then I see a smiling referee who was so happy that Katie won. Take all that out, Katie wins the fight because of everything that's happened in my eyes.
Yeah.
I still scored it. She won, but Eddie after, typical Eddie backing his fighter. If the shoe was on the other foot, he's not. I thought Chantal and Jamie held themselves very high regard after, but it's just, I mean, I love Katie Taylor. I think we all do, but it's left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
They? In all honesty, yeah. I mean, the knockdown round one, so that's a 10-8, and then there could have been at least 1 point taken off for holding going through. So if we say that she would have lost the first 10-9, but it was 10-8 with the knockdown, and then maybe gets 1 point taken off in the end, the way I scored it would have probably ended up a draw with that deductions or the knockdowns. Styles wise, it wasn't brilliant. I think it was a bit like watching a Lawrence Okoli women's fight. It was very scrappy, very holdy, but both of them incredible conditioning, incredible fitness. But yeah, after the fight, I don't think that Jamie and Chantal were as magnanimous as they could have been. I think Chantal left the ring very quickly, didn't conduct any interviews in the ring after the fight, as far as I saw. She may have done for other channels, she didn't for DAZN. And then after the fight, a video came out on social media of something I knew had happened, which was the rule meeting before the fight with the referee. But I didn't know it had been videoed. And Jamie Moore is very clearly saying to the referee, I want you to watch the holding. I want you to watch this. I want you to watch that, because she got away with it loads last time. And when they've released it afterwards, it sounds a little bit like it's a bit shitty ass. It's a bit sour grapes for me. And both of them were all class last time. Like Katie was class, Chantal was class, Jamie was class. And that let them down a little bit for me.
They're upset, and I think you're acting out of emotion. And when you've said to somebody, this is going to happen, and give them warning, and they just go, okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I can't deny it was an awful refereeing performance. Can't deny it.
Yeah, and he's been told. He's not. Jamie shouldn't be telling him how to do his job, but it's not the point. He should be made aware that this does happen. It's like in football, you're aware of who's a diver, you're aware of everything that goes on. And yes, you shouldn't be labelled about it in every fight, but it was happening in front of his eyes. And as I said, the little cheeky smile after that bothered me. I didn't even recognise the ref as well.
Yeah, no, he's not one I'm familiar with.
So this is a unification big fight. Wasn't it? I just didn't like any of it, and I don't know what happens now. If the trilogy is to happen, if it gets announced in Dublin, then I think that's a joke.
Yeah, I think it's got to happen in the UK.
Has to, and it should happen.
You think we need to go straight into the third?
Yeah.
At the same weight, or try for £5 lighter?
I think Chantal will want to go in at the same weight and avenge that only demon she has.
She'll want to get her belts back.
Yeah. Because then that's it put to bed.
Yeah.
And it's on fair terms. There can't be the holding, there can't be the butts. And Katie's got to come in again and do the business. And I think Katie will do it, will want to do it. Whether Eddie says, no, we don't need this is another story. But I think she seems an honourable girl. So.
Do you think she got a bit caught up in the occasion last time?
100%. 100%. And now she's had the loss out of the way. But it will be a completely different fight again.
Mm.
So it'll be 3 totally different fights. And don't get me wrong, we fucking loved watching it, didn't we?
I did. I'm as scrappy as it was, I still enjoyed watching every second of it.
Yeah. Can't say much for the rest of the card, but the Cully Mold fight was good, but as a whole, it was pretty enough.
Yeah, I was actually, when we were talking about it last week, it completely slipped my mind who he was fighting. I completely forgot it was Reece Mould. I've seen Reece fight many, many times. He's a terrific little fighter. He's obviously the height difference was a massive issue, I think, for him trying to get in and get under that jab. But I thought he did really well.
He did.
And again, it wasn't a bad fight to watch. The Keegan Agiarco fight against Troy Williamson. That was tell a lie. That was this week. It's because Keegan was on the undercard last time there with Katie. But yeah, we'll get to that one when we get to the Belfast card. But yeah, no, I thought the card was okay. The production of it was all quite good. Obviously, being in Dublin, Katie being, the Irish Queen and whatnot, the commentary was unbelievable. I turned it off in the end. I just listened to it on mute, and obviously the crowd. Every time Katie did anything, the crowd. I've never heard a crowd like it.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been at Wembley with AJ, and I've never heard anything like that arena for Katie Taylor.
Yeah, it was class. It was class to see, but it's done now. Let's see. Let's cross the Irish Sea.
Do we have to, or do we just have to go north of the border?
No, you got to cross.
We got to get in the boat.
Get in a boat. Get in a fucking boat. Yeah.
I won't do an Irish accent. I could offend so many people. Saturday night's card, the in Belfast, I think was better than the Taylor Cameron card.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Agiarco Troy Williamson fight was brilliant. That was pure war.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the scorecards were.
It was a bit wide. I thought it was a bit wide. He's very skillful, Agiarco. He's very skillful.
Yeah.
But I thought Williamson deserved a little bit more than that. But that's me looking at it as a fighter that's watched, or someone who was a fighter for a little bit, that's watched the fight as a whole fight rather than scoring it round by round.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had no qualms.
But yeah, no, big things for him now, I think.
Definitely.
But the headline part, I did go back through our episodes and try to find it, but it wasn't as conclusive as I remember when we discussed when Conlon against Gill got announced.
Yeah.
And we kind of discussed it, and we both kind of said, look, if Conlon loses this, 3 losses in a row, all at home as well, then this is done. His career is done. And first of all, I do want to say a massive big up to Jordan Gill. His post-fight interview, revealing some really, really dark personal stuff that he'd gone through some quite deep and dark times after his loss to Kiko Martinez, and has come out the other side now. So yeah, massive big ups to Jordan Gill for that. Yeah,
and it was like a release, wasn't it, for him to be able to talk about it after a hell of a performance. I'm surprised it went on as long as it did.
Yeah, from minute one, he was just unbelievable, and I honestly think it's the Lee Wood factor.
Yeah,
I think they devised a plan to fight that fight from minute one till the minute it ended. and it was absolutely superb.
Yeah.
But it confirmed something that we said after the Lee Wood fight, and then we said it after the Lopez fight. Conlon has not got a chin. And at the top level, even down at super feather, if you ain't got a chin, you're going to get stopped.
He's got the heart.
Without doubt, got heart.
But do you think the Olympics just overshadows his head? And it kind of holds him back in the sense of he is fearless now. He's been cheated before. He thinks he can go in and just fight a fight, and sometimes he needs to box because he just gets carried away. And when he gets hit clean, isn't it? It's just, do you think he just switches off with his mentality because he's been hurt in the past? I don't know, because remember that interview? Such a raw, emotional interview after the Olympic loss.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's played with him throughout his career.
I don't know. It's not so much the interview and that he was definitely cheated as well in the Olympics, by the way. There's no two ways about it. It could just be that he's never transitioned his style.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Because in the amateurs, I mean, you see knockouts at super heavy, light heavy. You don't really see them down at the lower weights in amateur boxing because it's so fast. And they've got the larger gloves that they used to have the head guards. Obviously, head guards have gone now. But it's obviously scoring points. It's not Queensberry rules where it's, 10 rounds and you're losing a point and losing the round. This is amateur boxing rules where you're looking to make contact with the target zones of the head and the abdomen. And yeah, it could just be the bigger gloves as well in the amateurs that he could take that blow with a 14, 16 ounce glove. And maybe with the 10, he can't. Because, I mean, believe you me, I know we're talking, 4 to 6 ounces here. There's a big fucking difference. You get clocked with a 16 ounce glove to getting clocked by a 10 ounce glove. There's a fucking huge difference. I spoke a couple of weeks ago on my other ice hockey podcast we were talking about concussion. And I sort of went back to a particular issue I had in a fight where I was knocked out twice in the space of 30 seconds. And I have no memory whatsoever of that day. Even to this day, I can't remember anything about the day. And I got caught very clean with a 10 ounce glove, and I've got absolutely no memory of it. So it could just be that with Michael Conlon, because he's so skillful. The way that he works out the angles for his punches, the combinations that he puts together, his footwork is exceptional. But the switching didn't help him, not against Jordan Gill, because every time he switched, he got caught straight down the pipe with the backhand.
Yeah, and then he's thinking, what do I do now?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
And
Shame.
It was switching out of panic, not out of tactic.
But yeah, what's he, 32? I think he's done. He can definitely have a career in boxing.
Oh god, he's got his promotional company. His family have done very well out of his boxing career as well. He is a top lad, and he's got a lot of heart. So yeah, but fighting career for me is done. But I think he's still a name that will be around. Him and Katie, the king and queen of that small island that's split into 2 countries. So they're he's still got plenty of skin in the game.
Yeah.
But for Jordan Gill now, doors are open. Unfortunately, he'll never fight his mate.
No, but what? I don't know who would be. I haven't got an opponent for him. There's no one that I'm like, okay, let's do that. I think he needs to enjoy his Christmas. Take a few more weeks extra off, because he must be tired emotionally as well as physically, and regroup. But yeah,
because he didn't switch off. He didn't switch off for 1 second in that fight, and well, I say he didn't switch off. He got caught a couple of times with big Conlon bombs, but he just walked straight through them.
Yeah, so, he was. I think he was just that determined that he wasn't going to lose.
Yeah, and a real testament to his condition as well. So I want to give you a name, but I want to make sure I pronounce it right. Because of someone I'd like to see him fight. Because I think world-wise, I think they're going to be tied up for a little bit. Obviously, Lee Wood is going to come up to super feather as well. It's Edward Vasquez, that Joe Cordina fought in Monaco.
Yeah, okay.
Last month. I'd like to see that Vasquez Gill.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as I said, couldn't give you that name, and well, Vasquez has got to get back on the horse, hasn't he? So
yeah, I think it's for Vasquez. That's win-win.
Yeah,
he could come to England, make a good little packet, and put on a show. If he beats Jordan Gill, massive upset. He's back up at world level.
Yep.
If he loses, then he's made himself a good packet, and he's got himself a reputation over here, which is what Eddie does with these Mexicans.
Yeah.
If he picks them out of nowhere, maybe even like bar brawling in Tijuana or something like that, and then they come to England and they fucking like knock out our stars.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's been a few.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, they're like a household name over here. And then to them, it's like, I mean, look at what Lara did after Lara beat Warrington, and then he come back and there was the cut, and that all went to shit. And then there was the Lee Wood fight that he won, and then when he come back, he was like, what, fucking like 20-pound overweight or something.
Yeah, I've been paid. Yeah.
So I don't think they really care.
No,
these Mexican fighters will fight for the sake of fighting, but when you start giving them loads of money, they're thinking I might as well just do it for the money.
Yeah.
But, and they always provide a test, which is brilliant. But and there was, I can't remember when it happened actually. There's been other news in women's boxing that has annoyed me.
Okay.
So Amanda Serrano has was hoping, a lot of people were hoping, myself included, that her next mandatory fight would be Sky Nicholson, who won brilliantly against Lucy Wildheart. We were both completely wrong. we may have actually underestimated just how fucking good she actually is.
Yeah, but one of those you're happy to be proven.
Oh, absolutely. But she was, I can't even think of the superlatives to describe how fucking good she was. Her feet and getting back every time that like the bell went, and she'd come to the ring, come to the center of the ring, and she'd throw the jab, and then it'd be back foot. She'd get on the ropes, and then Lucy would come in with all the boom, 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 and she'd just slip that way, and then woo, she's gone. It was absolutely terrific.
Right, go on then. Why are you annoyed?
Well, Amanda Serrano was supposed to be then, because she is or was the WBC champion that Sky now holds the interim title for. After her last fight in September, she beat Daniela Ramos. October, beg my pardon. She has now walked away from that belt. She's given it up because the WBC refuse to sanction 12 threes for women. She's done it. She did it a couple of months back against Heather Hardy. And she did it against Daniela Ramos, 12 threes. It does not dilute the product whatsoever. They were both terrific fights. The WBC won't mandate it. So she's given up their belt. So fuck you, Mauricio Sullivan. Fuck you. He's holding the game back. If you look at all the other stupid shit the WBC do, like creating this belt and that belt, all different color belts, creating a belt for a fucking Jake Paul fight. Shocking. They're holding the sport back. And I'd look at what they're doing with their heavyweight champion. They allowed him to fight a UFC novice boxer, and he very nearly got beat. What would they have done then? Probably said, "Oh, don't worry, he's our franchise champion."
Yeah.
What's a load of bollocks?
The WBC isn't what it used to be. It's just a pretty bout. That's all it is now. And the excuse they gave was it's about safety of the women. Okay. And then they also went in tennis, they play less sets. Well, if you're going to come with some answers, make sure they're factual, because it's just a bizarre thing to come out with that they play less sets. Yeah, but what's that got to do with the sport of boxing?
Yeah, because there's some tournaments where men only play 3 sets.
But the majority, it's only the slams. It's only the slams that's 5 sets. The majority, every other tour title is 3 sets. So you're talking 4 tournaments a year that the men play. So, okay. And then they said, in basketball, the hoops are lower. What? Well, yeah, because women are naturally shorter. It's called bringing it down to the how it would work, the average. That was their rebuff, and then saying it's about women's safety.
No,
Serrano's done it.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with their athletic ability. They'll all tell you, all these female champions will tell you. Nicola Hopewell told us, Beck Connolly told us, Stevie Levy told us, they spar 12 threes. Sometimes they spar 15 threes. Sometimes they probably even spar 20 threes because they're training with men, they're sparring with men. They can handle it.
And as a whole, it will improve the product and you'll see different outcomes to the fights, because you can go in a minute and go gung-ho and win the round. You can't do that in a 3-minute round because you'll start gassing. So it's about the technical ability of the boxer, and the boxers will learn and the product will improve.
Yeah.
When they know these, as you said, they're sparring these rounds and their fitness will improve because you're sparring the 3 rounds, you're fighting the 3 rounds, you will get a better product. You will get more knockouts. You will get the TikToks, the headlines, because there are more knockouts. I don't know what the WBC are playing at, but it doesn't surprise me. And I admire Serrano for doing it. You're giving up your world title. Admittedly, Serrano is coming towards the end of it at 35. She's lost there, even though she used to knock out people. She's not done that for a while, but
yeah, I think, like I said, to walk away from a world title is a big thing.
100%.
And especially for the real deal 7-weight world champion. But then, yeah, I think, but I think all the other organisations, they've now got to step up and say, we're going to do it. We're going to go 12 threes. And then leave the WBC sitting there with a dick in their hand.
Well, the promoters need to start doing it. Eddie's got all these women fighters. He needs to start putting his hand in the fire.
Well, they've recently, the press conference that they had for Michaela Mayer against Jonas, which is happening in January, which I cannot wait for. I think that's going to be an incredible fight. Mayer kind of called out Jonas in the press conference and said, look, I asked for 12 threes and you said no. To which Jonas said, I didn't even know you'd asked because I would have said yes.
Great response.
Yeah. And then you've got Ben Shalom sitting there like,
oh yeah, Mr. I protect my interests. Yeah.
Did I forget to tell her that Michaela asked for 12 threes?
Yeah, I don't get the impression Jonas would tell Porky, so.
No, I don't get the impression that she would either. So that'd be interesting. I mean, there's still time for them to change that for that fight, I think.
That'd be nice.
But yeah, it would definitely be nice to see on these shores, get some of our UK girls fighting 12 threes.
Yeah.
Oh, another bit of randomly. Sorry, man. This ain't actually on our little rundown. Did you see that I think it's the WBA are introducing a new weight division?
No. What's this?
Super cruiserweight. And technically, their current heavyweight champion will become a super cruiserweight.
Didn't we do this a few years ago?
Well, the WBC, obviously, because they like doing all this stupid shit, introduced the Bridgerweight.
Yeah.
Which is between cruiserweight and heavyweight. Which, as we've said on here, that is not where you need another weight division.
No,
If you're going to put one in, put one between light, heavy, and cruiser, because that's a 2-stone gap. But yeah, bonkers. I don't know what that does for the Fury Usyk fight. I don't know whether that actually removes the undisputed element of it.
I'm not. This is my reaction. Yay.
But I mean, we wait with bated breath on that, and we'll see. We'll see.
Next one for me.
Yeah.
Chris Billum-Smith.
Yeah, good card this weekend. Box have been quiet for a few weeks. This is a good card.
The Chris Billum-Smith fight ain't there.
What do you expect? Do you know what? I think the guys had 3 hard fights.
I know. I'm
I think
really
he could win one.
happy. I 100% agree with you on that point. I'm really happy he's out before Christmas, but it's just an unknown, dangerous fight as well. I know the guy's not got a massive reputation. He's mainly fought out of Hilton's in Poland, but let's not fuck about it. That way, the Polish are hard bastards. He's got some KO power. It's I don't know. He should do the business.
Yeah, to be fair, he's 47-5 with 31 KOs.
Yeah.
That does spell danger.
100%. The guy's coming in. He's like, oh, Chris, whatever, blah, bang, bang. You don't know, especially at that weight. I thought, okay, it's not a name. It's not gonna sell. It's at the Bournemouth International Centre, or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's sold out, I think.
Yeah, but what is it? How big is it?
Oh, I think it's like 2,500.
Two man and his dog. So it's just a bit of a weird matchmaking fight for me.
I mean, look at how long this guy's been around. He fought Tony Bellew back in 2015.
Oh, I've definitely seen him fight then. I knew that the name sounded familiar, but I was thinking, does he sound like a footballer? I don't know, mate. I just think it's a bit of a bizarre one, and I'm not as infused for the card as you are, to be honest.
Well, he's not in the worst of form either. He's coming off the back of 6 straight wins. So this is by no means a journeyman.
No, but it's also no one that anyone knows. So it's a bit. It's not. It's just. I think it's just a risk that isn't needed.
I mean, it's what it is. What it is, isn't it? It's a voluntary title defense. You look down the list and you say, who do we want to fight that we think we can win, but people aren't going to say, oh, you're fighting a fucking journeyman.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always difficult with voluntaries. But to be fair, I think on out of his 5 defeats, he's only been stopped once. So a stoppage win for Chris is a big win.
Yeah.
And then I think he's looking at unification in the new year.
Yeah.
And I don't think we'll see the Okoli fight again.
No, thank you.
But there is something for you on that card. Your man Michael McKinson.
Yeah.
Your favorite.
He is my favorite. Yeah. But as a whole, I don't think the card's that great. I can understand why, because of the venue, and it's get yourselves out before Christmas card for me.
Yeah. I mean, for me, there's I think there's only 6 fights on it. And 3 of them I'm looking forward to watching. So obviously we've got the return of Ben Whittaker as well. To sort of see how he's getting on.
Maybe that's why I'm a bit. Yeah.
He's not been active enough for me. I know he's had injury problems.
He's always had injury problems.
He should be every single Sky card. He should be out. And let's be honest, that guy could beat most people at 70% fit, couldn't he?
Yeah.
So
I just want him to get a slap.
Yeah, you're not a fan of the showboat, are you? But it's good to see Lauren Price on that card.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In all honesty, that's probably the fight I'm looking forward to out of most. But I think she's actually in a similar boat to Ben Whittaker, but not in the same way. Like she's at the back of the boat, he's at the front of the boat. Whereas I want to see someone give her a slap because she's so fucking good that no one can get anywhere near her.
Yeah.
I really want to see her challenged.
No, you're right. You are right.
But she's a British champion. I don't know if there's anything on this this bout that they're having. It's there's no titles on it or anything like that, so she's not putting her British title on the line. I don't think there's anyone, in Britain that could match her. But I think this is probably like the last. This is the last one before she goes.
Yeah,
and goes up for the world champions. I know she wants Jonas, so will she be looking then at the winner of Jonas against Maya?
Yeah, I think so.
Possibly be looking at Terry Harper. I don't think that's as much as I love Terry. I don't think that's a fight Terry's going to want.
No. She needs to be aiming as high as she can, and let's hope she can.
Yeah, she is an undoubted talent. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing her back out.
And then just the one more for me for tonight.
Yeah.
Sonny Edwards.
Yeah, that's coming, isn't it? December 16th.
Week. Saturday, is that?
I think it's a Friday.
Friday, yeah. I love Sonny.
Mm.
And I keep seeing people, he's not training, he's not that. He was saying that his childhood and his upbringing and his fitness of how he's lived his life is automatically there. He just needs to keep on top of it. Because I looked, this is how sad I am, man, how much I know Tenerife. I seen a picture of him and I went, that's that street in Tenerife. So I knew he was in Tenerife. So I know what he's doing. He's in the gym there. I think he's that confident he'll win that I don't doubt him. And then you think about Jesse Rodriguez, a 23-year-old unbeaten. He's got no fear as well. I'm really looking forward to this fight. We may, no, I'm lying now. I don't think we'll see a knockout. I think it's just a points win, but I think we will see a very, very skilled fight.
I mean, you've got to look back to when Edwards won his world title. That guy hadn't been beaten in 10 years.
Yeah.
And he made him look stupid.
Just the composure. And I think that's why you're not hearing fuck all from Rodriguez, because he doesn't want to get, I know he probably could play I don't understand card, but he doesn't want to get into any sort of confrontational talk with him because he didn't need to. I know they did the little press conference where Sonny went, oh, there's 800 people watching. People do want to see this fight. But yeah, Sonny is, and I love listening to him talk, even though he's got that stupid little cocky accent that's fake as fuck. Just listening to him when he's doing the punditry and the comms, he's great.
Yeah, he is a nice kid. I met him at the Copper Box. I'd gone to watch Charlie Edwards defend his world title. So yeah, I met Sonny there that night. He's a really nice lad. They're both really nice lads.
Yeah,
and Charlie always said that Sonny was the better boxer.
Yeah, he's trying to not say that now.
Yeah,
yeah. No, Sonny. Yeah, next week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that is going to be a good one. Is it in is it Texas? Is it down
Arizona?
there?
Yeah,
Arizona. So yeah, down in the
so that they're 5 hours behind, so should be on at a decent time.
So what, like 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Nice. Decent time.
Sorry, my sarcasm didn't shine through there, did it? No, to be honest, I've not seen what they've said. I think I've seen Gil Aliafai's on the undercard.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I've not seen much.
But I'll be honest, I'm not bothered about that. I'm just bothered about watching. This is about boxing, not about fighting. If you want to watch someone box, and you watch Sonny Edwards. Yeah,
his technique is just incredible. I know sort of personally he's not everyone's cup of tea. I know he riles a few people up the wrong way. But he's a terrific
Yeah,
boxer.
But he could probably hit me 4 times before I've even realised.
Yeah, they're those guys in the gym are well annoying.
What's going on?
Remember once as a group of unlicensed fighters, we're basically just a group of guys that like having a tear up and keeping fit.
Yeah.
And when we go spar in an amateur gym, God, we just get picked off all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, fucking around there.
Yeah. That's it for me this week, mate.
Yeah, no, it's obviously it's busy, but it's not, there's nothing too controversial going on. We'll get together again definitely before Christmas and do the big heavyweight card that's coming up in Saudi.
We'll come in after the Sunny fight, and then we'll preview the. I'm looking forward to that one. I'll be buzzing for that episode.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. And then I'm so looking forward to that card. I've got a great few days building up to Christmas.
Yeah,
where I've got a few like little traditional things, like evenings around friends' houses for this, that, and the other. Then we have pulled pork here on Christmas Eve, and then I'll make this Christmas Day breakfast, and people come round. And in between that, we got some of the greatest heavyweight action of the last few years.
Yeah,
but I'll
be
still
around
clear
me
of the
pals
minced pies.
Yeah. Right. Towels in.
Towel is in.